We're going to sort out my compost pile. I normally keep everything in a black plastic dustbin. It's a little bit slow to compost in there because the air doesn't get to it and I have to turn it a lot to get the air in. So that got full last week. What I'm going to do now is I'm starting using these tyres. I had a load of tyres left over from where we've been growing spuds. Might as well use them for something. It's getting to that time of year where there's less and less actually growing in the garden, so I had a load of these spare. Now then, a little word about compost. It should be made up of a couple of things, something called browns and something called greens. Browns is things like paper and cardboard and bits of twigs, and it's high carbon material, but because it's high carbon it doesn't rot down as quickly, but you need these in to give you a good balance. Good thing about these toilet rolls is if you scrunch them up before you put them in, just scrunch them up like that and then it'll leave little air pockets in the compost. You need air in your compost. It's a thing called aerobic digestion. I won't bore you with this science because it bores me, but you need air or else it won't rot down as quickly. So I'll put some browns in. Right, if you have too many browns in your compost it can dry out, and it's another thing compost needs to rot down is moisture. So we're going to mix those browns with greens. Veg peelings, fruit peel, bit of a melon rind, nod end of a tomato, that kind of thing. They're all going to go in there. Right, one or two other things we can add. This quite fast growing weed, I think it's rose bay willow herb. Anyhow, it's a nuisance. So where it's gone to seed on the top, we don't want to put those in the compost because you're just going to spread them around. So we'll get rid of them. They can go in the council wheelie bin. Council can have them seed heads. Right, we'll get rid of them. And with a root, you don't want to put the root in because it might start regrowing if it doesn't rot down. So what we're left with is all the lovely green leaves. I'm just going to rip them up again so that they rot down even quicker. They can go in there. Another thing I've noticed, if you look at this leek, it's just starting to form a seed head. It's going to seed. We don't want it to go to seed because if it does, the leek will stop growing, and I want to get these nice and fat for Christmas. So I'm going to pinch that off, just rip it up a bit, and that can go in there as well. Right, what else have we got? Ah yeah, turning it. You need to turn your compost with a fork and a spade, just so that you can get that air get to it. So every now and again, once or twice a week, stick your fork in, give it a really good mix. Keep an eye on your compost. If it's looking like it's getting too dry, it won't rot. So every now and again, sprinkle some water on it. Or I shouldn't really be admitting this, but I wee on mine because wee's got loads of nitrogen in, and it rots down quicker. So there's my compost heap. Nice one. Please subscribe for more free gardening related videos.